So firstly, I will create a Google Compute. This is the size of 10 gigabyte. Yeah, it is creating the disk. I can verify. Now I will create a persistent volume and then create a persistent volume claims to use the persistent volume. I will create a YAML file to create persistent volume claim, persistent volume, and storage class. The persistent volume, it will store the information on the disk I have created. The claims, we define the name of the claim, and here is the volume. The volume is here, we create the volume, and here it is how we use it. We can run the commands to create everything. Yeah, we run the commands like this, and it will create objects defined in the YAML file. Okay, it say unable to connect. Maybe I need to get the credential again for the cluster. Okay, now I have this persistent volume created, and the claim is created also. Now I will need to use the volume in the container. So now to use volume, I will need to configure it here. For the deployment, I define the volume in the deployment. So when a new container created, this volume will be mapped, and here the path to access it is clog, and the name is log. So I will need to apply again. Okay, it's a config updated. We go here. Pop-up pending. So one is running, one is creating. Can go inside. See, it is just created. Here we can see it's a attached volume succeeded. Can try to access the website. Here is the IP address. And now I go to the server. I can try to see the disk. Yeah, we have two volumes, the D and the C. Okay, go to D. Okay, there is nothing. We have two files, and I want to see the Docker. This one is running container. I go inside. I could say here we see the log, see logs here as we define. And I see the 2 files, so now I want to create one more. Okay, so now I quit. I exit from container. Here is the drive on the VM. We have all information. Now, if we want to delete the claims, we must unmount the claim from Docker container. So I go here, I remove this one, and also I remove the volume, and I can apply again the YAML file for the Docker container. Yeah, it says so I can one is terminating and the new one is creating. Okay, so it says start the volume. Now we do not see the volume attached to the container. Okay, it is found. Now I can delete. Now we get the PV, the volumes. Here says status is released, and we can try to run again to use this volume again. So we say we go to this one and go back to changes. So I will need to apply the PV file. Here everything exists. I will need just to create this one. Okay, this one created. It is this one is still pending, so I believe that my the volume has issue because even here it says the claim is this, but the ID of this one is wrong, so I need to modify this volume. We need to recreate the claim. This is old PVC. PV log is available. I will need to recreate the PVC. So we just apply this file pv.yaml. Okay, so the class storage persistent volume is unchanged. Just created this one. Okay, so here we see the PVC logs is bounded to PV logs, and I will need to modify. I will need to modify the deployment spec to reuse the PV logs claims. It is config. One is running and one is creating. And so it needs about 30 seconds to create the container. Here we can see the information.